So I choose 3 major crossroads. I call them radish season of Mars, where is the truth, and wink of heaven. Firstly, I want to share with you something what we already know, and this is agenda for 2020. This year, this is the year of the paradox. This 2020 is a very disturbing year with all these cycles and celestial phenomena. It began with lunar eclipse, followed by a very strong great conjunction between Saturn and Pluto. Voila. So what we have, completely we have in this year 5 great conjunctions between 3 planets. Then what we have, 6 eclipses. Then sign changes of the lunar nodes axis from cardinal signs to mutable signs, from Capricorn Cancer to Sagittarius Gemini. Retrograde motion of the Venus and Mars, also Mercury, but we know he's very, very often retrograde, more or less 3-4 times. And then grand conjunction of Jupiter Saturn in the air element. So what we can say for this year? This is the year of the panic, pandemic, or plandemic. And we should know that it's very easy to control people through panic. We know that. And with fears, because this is the year of Saturn in Capricorn, related to constellation Capricornus, or Egoceros, or Panoceros. But this is the year where we started the collective and individual detox too, a kind of purification, and we should be happy about this. Finally, the changes have begun, even if it seems quite paradoxical. So, let's look a little bit, not too long, what's happened with this 33-year cardinal cycle with Saturn conjunction, great conjunction with Pluto in Capricorn, in company with Mercury, Sun, and Ceres. Firstly, all those planets and celestial bodies or points are in Capricorn. What that means? That means changing in public systems, institutions, or concerning famous people or authority figures with a long history. Then we have Sun in Capricorn. Of course, this is a changing of governance structure in many countries. Then we have Mercury in Capricorn, changing in the trade, information and communications world. Then Ceres in Capricorn, what that means? What she's doing here, the asteroid Ceres. That means maybe changing in the food supply and agriculture. But there could also be low switch here with Jupiter in Capricorn, in trigon with Uranus in Taurus, and releasing something, perhaps the truth. That will probably make things easier to understand. And I found that the epicenter is in the USA. I don't know how you agree with me, but I found it's really epicenter. Firstly, why? I'm talking on English. I'm not talking on my original language, in Serbian. So this is the language #1 in the world. So it's good to speak English. But who am I to talk about USA in front of the people and fellow astrologers who live in that country? Who am I? However, this is not about nationality or place of residence, because everything that happens these days in the USA has an international resonance and global influence. Let's not forget that America has been the dominant creator of economic, political, financial, scientific, and cultural trends for the last 100 years. So, election year and this invisible enemy, I call him invisible enemy, like our president in France, Macron, he called this illness, invisible enemy. So we have election in USA and invisible enemy in the same year. This is coincidence? So let's start from the Liberty chart 7076. So I found the USA is going through a profound transformation. And I want to tell you that I'm using this chart because I found it works better than others. And this is the chart of Raymond Merriman. And also it's thanks to Peter Novak, who used almost the same chart. And I think there is almost 30 charts of the USA Liberty chart. So I did my own research and I found one document who explains so many things that are going on in the world. And I will talk about it a little bit later. So firstly, what is important to say about this chart? It's important to say the ascendant is the balance. What is the most important for America? The truth and the justice. And the planet who ruled is Venus in conjunction with Jupiter and MC. It's very strong position. And in 9th house, in the domain of Guklen, that means, yes, very big country, very rich country, and exalted in some way, because the Jupiter is in sign of exaltation. And then we have the dispositor of this position, the moon in Capricorn. And the moon is the ruler of the MC. And everything what is in how to say, govern of this country, so president position too. So everything what's going on now with this conjunction, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto in Capricorn, it's in conjunction with this moon, with people in USA. People, moon, government, there is a lot of changing, a lot of transformation, profound transformation. So, and we have Mars in transit, retrograde, in the square with this position, square with moon, square with Pluto, square with Mercury here in 10 houses. 10 houses, and it's in a retrograde motion. So very, very strong position. So every position are angular. So we have a 4th house, 7th house, 10th house here. Very profound transformation. And cardinal, because we have a cardinal signs in game. Then we have this axis, node axis in Gemini and Sagittarius, who will touch soon the Mars in the 9th house, and it will be in square in Neptune in 6th house. So we can have a lot of problems in maybe in administration, maybe in everything what is working this country to work. Maybe the people who work, and maybe the illness, maybe these invisible enemies is there. But what's happened with this axis and Mars too? So we can say there is some kind of problem, maybe international one, and who touched the USA very strongly. So I will talk about NESARA and JESARA. I don't know, do you know what that means? But this is the National Economic Security Reform Act. This is one project law voted in March 2000 by the United States Congress and officially transformed into federal law on October 10th, 2000. But what's happened? Maybe USA is the epicenter because of NESARA. We will see. It is a document of a political nature, but at the same time an economical, social, ethical, and even spiritual orientation, designed to apply initially to America and Americans, and then to all the peoples all around the world.